Hello and welcome again to Fox Comics and Games in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois. And we are unpacking this week's comic book order. And we thought we would show some of the items other than the comics that arrived from Diamond this week because everybody seems to really enjoy seeing that type of stuff. So we'll keep being mundane until you tell us to stop. First up, we've got a keychain from the movie It. It is Pennywise, and if that doesn't creep you out, this week's pop figurines probably should. It's Deadpool being sexy because that Deadpool, he funny. And then next up from DC, the Artist Gallery, we have these limited edition Harley Quinn figures with a ball bat. Really, really, really cool. Several of those. We brought in, speaking of ball bat, we have these Negan portfolios for The Walking Dead. These are kind of cool. I'll show you how they kind of work, where you put your comics in there to store them. It's got a little close there. We have Negan and Rick portfolios came in this week, so those are both available. Then we have from the DC Gallery, from Justice League, we have the Flash figurine. Really, really cool, lifelike. And then we have, of course, soon to be in theaters near you, Aquaman. And so that we're very, very excited about. So that's some of the items other than comics that we got in this week, as well as we got in more of the more than 50% off hardcover books from DC from their sale. Wonder Woman, a celebration of 75 years, showed up today, as did some Rick Remender titles. Next up on the trade paperbacks that I have to show because it's that big to our store, number 9 of the trade paperback for Saga. We have about 1,400 cartons of these. So if you need trade paper number 9 for Saga, it is out tomorrow, and we will have it. All right. Next up, we start with the comic books this week, and we start with issue 1003 of Superman in Action. And great looking cover, as are the variants. That's one of the variants for issue 1003. And then if you are a Superman fan, there you are, a nice Superman variant as well. Then from Marvel, up next we have issue 6 of The Amazing Spider-Man. And according to them, it is date night, so that seems pretty cool. And then from Archie Comics, we have issue 3 of Archie meets Batman 66. And there's not much in this world cooler than Batman from 1966, Adam West. Also from DC, we have issue 27 of Batgirl. And as they always do, and as we always do, we show the variants. This is actually in the top 5 covers of the week in our store. The Batgirl issue 27 variant. Very, very cool. Very nice. Also from DC, we have issue 24 of Batman Beyond. And again, the issue 24 of Batman Beyond variant cover is right there. Also from DC, we have issue 2 of Batman Kings of Fear. A lot of people are really enjoying this book, and so we have quite a few of them for issue 2 that will be ready to sell tomorrow morning. Next up from Marvel, we have issue 24 of Ben Reilly, The Scarlet Spider. Issue 24 of that. Then from Aftershock Comics, and if you're not reading Aftershock, oh my gosh, jump on and read, would you, for my goodness sakes. We have issue 2 of the Beyonders, and a really wild looking cover with a bunch of gears and things. Really, really nice, really, really cool. And then we have from Marvel issue 4 of Black Panther, and really, really well received book here in our store, and if you're not reading it, you should. Then from Boom Studios, issue 3 of Bone Parish. What if you could get high by snorting a dead person's bones, and you, in that high, you experience some of their life? That is wild. Next up from DC Vertigo, we have issue 1 of Border Town. And then a reorder we got in because of the demand was so heavy those of you who were interested in getting the Catwoman 3 variant, know that we did get more of them in. It is an Art Germ cover, just beautifully, beautifully done, well drawn. Catwoman on it. You can see the cats in the top part of the scroll work in the background. It is just a phenomenal story. So you'll enjoy that as well. Next up from Image Publishing, we have issue 2 of Cullen Bunn's Cold Spots. That's highly anticipated. Quite a few people in our store are reading that. Then from DC Universe, we have issue 989 of Batman Detective Comics with a great cover there. Apparently something is burning. And again, a beautiful variant cover for 989 Detective Comics. One of the Marvel comics that actually made our top 5 covers of the week was Domino Annual #1. Really great looking cover, and so it is one of the top 5 covers this week. From DC, a highly anticipated title for us, Doomsday Clock #7, which if you're not reading this, jump on. It's a 12 shot run, and there's still time to get in on that. Also, the variant comic cover for that is our #1 comic issue cover of the week, and that is Doomsday Clock #7 variant with Rorschach on the front. Next up from Marvel, we have issue 3 of Extermination. Really well-received book here in our store. And then from Valiant Publishing, who's been kicking tail here of late, we have Faith Dreamside issue 1. And that's the pre-order bundle cover. And the pre-order bundle, if it's on your pull list, you get this instead, and it has more pages, more content, a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, a really neat value for the same amount of money. Next up from DC, we have issue 55 of The Flash. Great cover on that. And also great cover on the variant for Flash 55. Dark Horse Comics brings us issue 1 of Gamma. Really interesting looking read. Quite a few people have added that to their pull list here recently. Then from Skybound Image, we have issue 12 of Gasolina. And then again from Valiant, who are kicking butt still, issue 1 of Harbinger Wars 2. And then the pre-order bundle cover, again with more content, same price. From Valiant, Harbinger Wars 2, issue 1. Next up from DC, another highly anticipated book written by the guy that brought us Batman Rebirth. We have issue 1 of Heroes in Crisis. Great looking cover. And then from Albatross Publishing, we have issue 2 of Hillbilly, Red-Eyed Witchery from Beyond. And that's going to be a 4-part miniseries. Marvel brings us Infinity Wars Iron Hammer issue 1. And that looks pretty wild that Iron Man's there holding Thor's hammer, but that's what it is. Jim Henson's Labyrinth Coronation from Archaea Press. Issue 7 of that is out next. Great art, great story. Then from DC, we have Justice League Dark issue 3. Really nice title. And one of our top 5 covers of the week was the variant for Justice League Dark. Just a gorgeous cover on that. And then also from DC, just to be a little bit more confusing, we have Justice League Odyssey out this week as well, and that's issue 1 of that. And a beautiful variant cover as well for Justice League Odyssey #1. Image Publishing brings us Man-Eaters, the first issue of Man-Eaters. And then the variant cover for Man-Eaters is similar but with sparkles. So that's what that is. Then from Marvel, we have Marvel 2-in-1 issue 10. We have from Boom Publishing, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 31. And then the beautiful red variant for that, which is just gorgeous. Next up from Marvel, we have issue 199 of Moon Knight, and that is kind of a wild cover as well. Also from Marvel, issue 9 of Old Man Hawkeye. And since we're speaking of Marvel and old men, we'll go ahead and do issue 48 of Old Man Logan. That's up next. Then from Zenoscope, we have issue 3 of Paradise Court. Looks like Mr. Fox with a hammer out after someone. And then Marvel brings us issue 310 of Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man. Also, Marvel brings us issue 2 of The Punisher. DC brings us issue 8 of Raven, Daughter of Darkness. Image Publishing brings us issue 9 of a highly anticipated book here in our store, Realm, book 9. Also from Image Publishing, issue 15 of Redneck. And while we're in the R's and talking about Image, let's go ahead and talk about issue 11 of Regression. Beautiful cover, also in our top 5. Next up from Oni Press, we have issue 42 of Rick and Morty. And then from IDW, we have Rick and Morty and Dungeons and Dragons, issue 2. From Jinx World and Brian Michael Bendis, we have Scarlet, issue 2. Great book. Need to be reading that if you're not. Marvel brings us issue 4 of The Sentry. And then Image brings us issue 4 of Shanghai Red. DC, meanwhile, brings us issue 9 of The Silencer. Fantastic cover on that. IDW brings us issue 6 of the Sonic the Hedgehog, and that may be a reorder, I'm not sure. Then Marvel brings us issue 39 of Spider-Man vs. Deadpool. And then IDW brings us issue 1 of Star Trek Transformers vs. Transformers. And one of the covers has the Star Trek people on it. And then the other side has the adversaries with the Transformers on both sides. But pretty cool. I guess these are maybe Romulans, I'm not sure. Marvel brings us issue 24 of Star Wars, Dr. Aphra. And you can see the beautiful Boba Fett variant cover on that. Gorgeous. We have people already hounding us for that. Next up, also from Marvel, issue 31 of Star Wars, Poe Dameron. And then a very highly anticipated book, which will be huge in our store this weekend, I'm sure, is issue 1 of Stranger Things. And that's one of the covers. And then one of the other covers looks like that. So you kind of get an idea of the Stranger Things covers that are available. DC brings us issue 8 of The Terrifics. They also bring us issue 26 of The Titans. And the Titans 26 variant cover also made it into our top 5 best covers of the week, as did our next comic, Underdog, issue 4. Really close, almost got cover of the week. And we got some damage on this Venom First Host number 5. I don't believe they're all damaged, but several of them are. We will get that replaced. Which, by the way, if you got some of our comics last week that were damaged, you can bring them in this week when you pick up your comics, and we'll have the replacements. Diamond Comics did a great job of taking care of that problem. Next up, we have The Wicked and the Divine from Image Publishing. New version of that, and that is cool. Also from Image, we have issue 8 of Witchblade. DC Publishing brings us issue 55 of Wonder Woman. And there's a gorgeous cover on that. That was in our top 5. There's a beautiful variant cover for that. Marvel brings us X-Men Blue, issue 36. And you can see the beautiful variant cover for that final issue variant. Then we have X-Men Red, issue 8 from Marvel. And then last up we have X-O-Man of War from Valiant. And that would be issue 19. That's the standard cover. And if X-O-Man of War is on your pull list, you will get the pre-order edition bundle. And then last but not least, Dynamite Publisher brings us issue 8 of Xena, Warrior Princess. that's all we have this week at Fox's. We hope to see you on Wednesday, September 26th. Thanks so much.